squeeze.
A body in motion stays in motion. It's a motto Eric Westover lives by and has ever since he was young, spending most of his time riding motorcycles.
My outlet was riding my motorcycle.
A passion taking him to the Silver Lake sand dunes at least once a week.
Never in a million years would I thought I would got in an accident.
It was the end of July in 2015 during one of those weekly visits when everything changed.
Out by the lake, there's trees and bushes and that type of stuff, and I just was going one way, and next thing I knew, I seen a Jeep and basically said, "Oh crap!" And next thing I knew, I was in the Jeep, and I had broke my forearm, my wrist, and so they were broke, and I just held them close to me and couldn't really tell with my legs.
He was airlifted to the hospital and completely out of it for 7 days.
They woke me up one time to tell me that they had to take my right leg, and I was like, okay, whatever I have to do to, stay alive, I guess.
Eventually, doctors would have to take his other leg, and after a long stay in the hospital and more than a dozen surgeries, Westover then found himself at Mary Free Bed.
If I'm doing something one day, the next day I want to do it just a little bit more, and just those little steps, progressively you get better and better and better.
He walked again for the first time after just 4.5 months, turning the unexpected into new opportunity.
When I would question if something was too much, he'd be like, no, I can do it. Let's just go. Let's just give it a try. And as much as I was putting backup plans in place, we never even needed them, because he was right. He just puts his mind to do things, and he does them.
Jennifer McWayne has been with Mary Free Bed for 25 years, working with Westover from the start.
I said, let's do a little longer distance walking, and he said, all right, let's go to inpatient. And I was like, well, that's a long way. I don't know if we can go all that way. He's like, well, let me try.
He ended up walking a whole city block, stopping in to see an amputee who needed the support.
Most patients need more time to kind of come to terms with their situation, and we can't use him as a mentor for a while.
But not Westover.
He wanted to be able to give back like immediately. There was no waiting, and it's an incredible human being to be able to move forward with such a positive attitude 110% of the time.
Now in outpatient therapy, Westover continues to strive for more. Recently, he got his running legs, something that usually doesn't happen so fast.
Take a break a second if you need to. After all the trauma and surgeries and everything that he's been through, it usually takes a lot more time to be running in a year and a half like this is, I've never had a patient be able to do that before.
The blades are all carbon fiber, so they might be a little bit lighter than my regular ones.
It's the next step in his journey, one he takes day by day.
Just trying to be better than the day before, and I've kind of tried to do that throughout my whole recovery.
He's been at it for an hour or so.
I can imagine.